Hello and welcome back to the Dynamic Duo podcast. We're happy to have you here. And today we're going to talk about growth plan. What is a growth plan? Why do you need a growth plan? How can you start creating your own growth plan and things like that? So let's just dive in. Hi, we're very happy to be here with you today. Hello, welcome Armando. How are you today?
Hi, doing fantastic. The weather is better because it was
Yeah.
really rainy and windy last week, but this week has been sunny and warm. And of course, happy to see you and ready to go with our podcast today.
Yeah, me too. So, do you want to tell our listeners how we want to get started on the topic of growth plan?
Yes, a few weeks ago, well, actually, a couple of months ago, I ran two different polls. The point of the polls was to find out um, if people had a growth plan, and or if they thought about it and but didn't know how to get it started. So the results were very interesting, to say the least, very enlightening for me as a coach, of course, because I want to get a sense of what people are thinking in that area, if they are too busy with their lives, and pay little attention to developing themselves, reaching a better version of themselves. So yeah, I thought it might be an interesting topic to talk about and hopefully inspire our viewers in that area.
Yeah, that's great. So, do you want to share one of the questions you asked your audience?
Yes, let me get that out. There we go. There here. Well, I'm probably going to, in this video, I'm going to probably put the question on the screen so people can see it as well with some internet magic. Is there. But no, basically, one of the first questions, it was basically, do you think about it? Do you have a growth plan, right? So I gave people options, like, well, yes, I do have a growth plan. Yeah, I'm thinking about it as a second option. It was like a multiple choice question. Uh, the other one, it was like a little, I was trying to be a little funny, but I think people got it. The third option was, do I need one? And then the fourth option was, no, I go with the flow, right? And it was pretty distributed. And I don't know what is your take on that, but 23%, 23.6% said, yes, I do have a growth plan, which is great, right?
Yeah.
That sounds good. Almost a fourth of the people have that answer my poll have a growth plan. Um, about 29.1% said they are exploring, they are thinking about it, which is also very encouraging. I mean, they are probably toying with different options, getting information, maybe reading
Mhm.
about it, listening to
Mhm.
podcasts like ours. So they are thinking about it. So that's very positive. And 21 8 uh, 21.8% said, do I need one? So of course, that's up for interpretation because were they just being funny, sarcastic, or uh, or are they really genuinely asking the question, do I need one?
Yeah.
So I probably will refine this poll and run it again, and probably will get a better response. And then 25.5% very openly No, I go with the flow. I don't need one. So I thought that was interesting. What do you think, Anya?
Yeah, I think that's interesting too. I thought it's probably more people that go with the flow. Um, but it's interesting that a lot of people are thinking about it and a lot
Hmm.
of people do already have one. So that's amazing.
Yeah, I think it's positive because, of course, not nothing happens just by itself, right? If we are not
Yes.
intentional, it won't happen. I mean, we cannot just wake up one day and be fit. So nothing will happen by itself. So you need really to plan. You need to be
Mm.
strategic. You need to really be, have a end in mind. So that's what we mean by a growth plan. So that's the one of the questions. Should we explore another one?
Yes, share another.
Okay, let me see. Let me find that one. Another one. Well, no, that's too big. I need to. Some of these questions, by the way, will be refined. I have a friend of mine who is watching right now. Hello, from Spain. Will she will help me to refine the poll. So the next time we run this poll is going to be much, much, much better. Let me see. Yeah, this one. What do you think, Anya? How often do you think, or yeah, do you reflect, or do you think about the way you learn and about the way you grow? First of all,
Mhm.
what do you make out of this question first? I would like to get your opinion on the question before I give you the percentages.
I think without the answers, I wouldn't know what to.
What I was referring to?
Well, no, just what do you want to know? Do you want to know like daily? Do you want to know hours? What?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I will refine next time on the poll. Yeah, what I was uh, shooting for with the way we learn and the way we grow, it was very general. I was thinking about do you listen to our audio podcasts or audiobooks? Do you read? What do you read? Or do you visit seminars, conferences? Do you have a coach?
Yeah.
That will be another way to grow. Do you belong to a support group? I left it very open, but the
Mhm.
answers were interesting. And again, next time will be better. But that 57.4 said they think often about it.
Mhm.
So they are reflecting on it. They are evaluating. Is this being effective? Is this working out for me? Again, it's very open, but people are thinking about it. And then 31.9% said every now and then.
Mhm.
10.6% said not very often or rarely, and no one answered I don't care. So I think I think most think every now and then,
Yeah.
and staggering 57% they think often about it. What do you
Yeah.
make out of that?
That's interesting and that's great. That means more than half of it are really on their growth journey, reflecting, thinking back. What interests me is what means often to them. That would be
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah,
That should be the next question. Every
yeah,
once a week, twice a week, once a month,
yeah,
whatever. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. What about you, Anya? I mean, for example, when I think about me, and I'll give you some time to think about. When I think about me, I do think almost every day about personal growth. And
Mhm,
it's not an obsession, but I think if we stop, well, not only thinking about it, because we are putting a lot of emphasis on, you know, theory learning, but put it in practice, doing, right? So I think if we stop being curious, and you mentioned that a couple of podcasts ago, being curiosity, in the sense that we want to keep growing, we want to find out, we want to explore. Yeah, I do think every day about it. Is this working out for me? For example, right now I have a fitness plan that this very week I began to evaluating it, and I will make some changes, because I think my age is different now. Of course, my fitness level, my schedule is different now. And of course I mentioned to you my growth plan in the area of music. I mentioned that a few last week, I believe, or 2 weeks ago.
Absolutely.
Last
Yeah.
week, right? So yeah, so I do think about it. Is working? Is the time I'm investing enough? Should I get for example, in music, I'm thinking about it. Should I get a coach myself? Should I get a music
Yeah.
teacher? Just to help me to go to the next level.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? Do you think often about your growth process or plan?
Yeah, I would say, I guess it's also almost daily. It's probably not every day, but yeah, and it's not in every area, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I would say for me, it's sometimes I think about my fitness journey, sometimes I think about my business journey and growth journey. And yeah, but in that sense, I would say it's probably almost every day that I think, how can I better myself in this area? How can I grow in this area? What can I change to get to the results that I want? So yeah, I think you're right. I would agree also to be thinking probably almost every day about
Yeah.
one of the areas,
Right.
at least. Yeah.
Well, for those watching right now, maybe they are reflecting about that topic right now, and I don't know where they fit. Whether, let me go back to that, whether they already have one, they are thinking about it, they are exploring options, they are for the first time hearing, what do I need one? What should anyone adopt a growth plan, in your opinion?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Um, I would say because it helps you, first of all, it helps you assess where you are.
Mm-hmm.
You should think about, where am I and where do I want to go? Um, as you said in the beginning, if you don't have a plan, or if you don't, yeah, it's nothing's gonna happen. If you don't,
By itself, right?
by
By
itself,
chance,
exactly.
no?
Yeah, nothing happens by chance. So yeah, I think it's important for, if you really want to grow, then you need a plan, and you need to think about ways you can grow. And also it it is motivating to have a goal,
Yeah.
and to go somewhere. You can look back and see how far you've come, and that's fun
It's
for me,
fun.
at least.
No, I think so. I was listening to you, and we have a little garden in the backyard, and I probably post some pictures right here, right now. Some people know what I'm talking about. So um, we have different things in our garden, but sweet corn is one of the things that we plant, because we love to eat sweet corn, and at the end of the summer. But you know it's fascinating to see the process, how a plant develops, and from the farmer's perspective, in this case, this hobby farmer such as I am. just thinking ahead of time. Okay, if I want to reap the harvest at the end of August, then I have to do this, but before that I need to do this. So it's this little process is an interesting example or metaphor for life. I mean, we want to reap a harvest. We want to harvest fruits in life with, and we mentioned all of those areas already at the beginning. So, but if we do not plan ahead of time, right? If we don't make smart choices, and I made mistakes in my garden in the past, so I learned from my mistakes. Like, okay, next time, next year, I won't do that again because that didn't work, and I now know that's wrong. So it it corn didn't just grow in the backyard in my garden,
Yeah.
right? I had to develop a plan and then follow it and learn and get information and get advice from other people. I don't know if I went in a very different direction, but that's my comparison, I guess.
I love this picture, actually. I don't think you went in a wrong direction. That. I love the picture because also with the growth development, with the growth plan, it's like a garden. It's not, you don't just plant one seed and then watch it grow. And you can't just plant it and forget it.
Yeah.
Plant different seeds, you have different things, you have flowers, you have maybe salad or whatever you plant it, and then you watch it, you care for it, you water it.
Yeah.
You give, I don't know how this is, do you know
Yeah.
how this is called?
Oh, fertilize.
Fertilizing?
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyways, you have to care for it.
Yeah,
As you said, you have to plan for it. You have to plant it in the right time so it's developed once you want to
yeah,
reap it. You have to check the weather and also the time when you plant it so it doesn't die when it's too cold or too hot.
that's right.
So I think I love this picture because it's the same thing with our skills and with our growth plan. We want to plant seeds for different areas, for different skills, for different things in our life, such as fitness or with you, music, business, personal life, whatever. So yeah, I love this picture of the garden.
Yeah, I
And
mean, and if we do that with our gardens, how much more with our own lives,
yeah,
so we encourage our viewers to think about it. If we're coming to the end of our podcast today, but if you don't have one, think about it. Send us your questions.
yeah.
We'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Anja, any last word of encouragement for our viewers before we depart for today? Next week we will probably pick up where we left today and keep talking about developing a growth plan. But before we leave, what do you think?
I would say start thinking about your garden and start connecting your growth plan to the values you've developed in the past few weeks with us, if you did. And then watch the seeds grow as you care for them, because it's really fun.
Yeah, it's fun. I like that one, the garden of your life. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's fun. Thank you, Anja. Well, that was fun. Yeah, well, we will refine this poll. We might run it in the future again, so stay tuned because you might be able to help us out to get to know you, get to know your needs better. Anja, well, it was great talking to you.
It was amazing. Yeah. So see you next time.
See you next time. Have a successful and blessed day, everyone.